So what's on your mind?
Oh, Madam VP Harris, I'm worried about the election. Women's reproductive rights are on the line. Our Supreme Court is on the line. Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam VP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they're not like us.
They not.
There's a full-on attack on our fundamental freedoms. The freedom to vote.
Yep.
The freedom to love who you love. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom for a woman to make decisions about her own body, not having her government tell her what to do.
They out here trying to take away Pride, Plan B, and Planned Parenthood, but protecting pistols. If you ask me, they pushing the wrong P's.
That was painful to watch, right? Very painful and cringe to watch. But it says a lot about what they're trying to do, right? Like, first of all, to me, I don't consider her a black woman, right? So what they're trying to do, the whole Adam and Eve, right? They're trying to coerce black women to figure they can get Adam to bite the apple and they can convert, convert black men to get on board with whatever they want. So if you get the woman, then you're more likely to get the man. So they come up with this thing where she's a black woman and she can get black women on board, and then therefore they'll go and try to influence black men, right? Whether it be, your grandmother, your aunt, your wife, your cousin, etc., right? Your sister, etc. And then what do? They go get some broke-ass actress, Taraji P. Henson, complaining about she's not getting her money. Her money ain't right. So, which is the plan anyway, right? Why they won't give black people reparations. If you keep people disenfranchised and you keep them struggling, it's easy to sprinkle some crumbs, and biscuits in front of them, right? And get them to do whatever you want. Because they basically disenfranchised. Their money ain't right. So they like, fuck that. I don't want to be, totally impoverished. So I'll take these crumbs from Kamala Harris and the Democrats and the political establishment, to do propaganda, horrible propaganda films for them, right? Videos for them. And this shit was totally cringe. I mean, totally fake, just horrible on so many different levels. I don't even know where to start. Taraji P. Henson sold her soul to the devil. She should be ashamed of her fucking self. But see, this is what the independent, feminist black woman, they aspire to be. They want to be somewhere selling their ass, one form or another, right? Whether it's on OnlyFans, on Tinder, on the corner, in the strip club, whether they, in Hollywood, to Democrat, they want to be a shill for anybody, just use me. Hey, we need some help propagandizing, disenfranchised black people. Oh, I'll do it. Here comes some black actress who on her way out the door, right? Willing to sell her ass, to whoever. You don't see that's what's going on? And see, that's what happens when people make you desperate. Trust me, I've seen this shit all over the world. The reason they disenfranchise you and create scarcity and make you desperate is to turn you into a whore. In one way or another, and that gets you to fuck over your children and the people in your family. But you so smart, you stupid. Right? And then they teach them rebelliousness. I'm an independent woman. I'm a feminist. You can't tell me anything. Who are you to tell me? I have a degree from some bullshit university. I'm in charge. You're not in charge. You a fucking pawn. You a cog in the wheel. You're not in charge, Taraji P. Henson and Kamala Harris. You see? And then they get these women who basically just whoring themselves out in one form or another. And Kamala Harris is literally a whore. I mean, if you know about her history, right? You know how she was sleeping with anybody she could to get to the, you know, to get to the next, the monkey branch on to the next position. You know, she's a social climber. Let's just unpack the rest. Let's unpack. And also, to me, she's not black. Like, black is not just because you got a mulatto parent don't make you black. Not in America. Like, you come to, they bring these people to America like her and Barack Obama. They say, look at these black people. And then you start digging them apart and you say, okay, well, Obama has a white mother who descends from slave owners and a black immigrant father from Kenya. He ain't black like me. I grew up in the ghettos. All my parents and grandparents came from Jim Crow and slavery. We not black the same. It ain't all the same blackness, you see. But they bring them in because they can be compromised. And then they go get her, who her father is a mulatto, come from mulatto slave owners, right? And her mother is an Indian from India, from a racist Indian Brahmin class in India. And they said, well, look, we'll pass her off to be black. And now she's black in America. So then they come into America and they get into positions of power and they disenfranchise the true black people in America. The real black people. You see, these ambiguous people. These brown tinted ambiguous people. You had to beware of them. And then they start doing weird shit. Like Obama, I don't support no reparations. I don't support this, I don't support that. Then turns around, totally decimates black people on an economic level while he's in office. Him and Joe Biden. And black people seem like they just don't care. Anybody can do anything they want to them. Then they bring her in and do the same goddamn thing. You gotta be kidding me. Like, y'all fell for the same trick twice? Y'all keep falling for the same trick? I mean, I understand a lot of these women, black women, is degenerates, right? Maybe you wanted to sleep with Obama, you had fantasies of him, or something like that, or whatever, right? We want to sleep with her too? Like, what is it? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what is it, you know, I mean, how degenerate can you be? Like, these people can't wait to sell their soul to the devil. They can't wait to sell their soul to the devil in America. Let me show you something. Stand by. People don't know Kamala Harris actually spent most of her time in Canada, in the Indian communities in Canada and in India, right? Around people that do not like black people. You probably don't believe me. You say, hey, you lying on Kamala Harris. Okay, watch this.
Kamala Harris went to Westmount High School while her mother, a cancer researcher, taught at McGill.
Her smile and her generosity, she was a nice person.
This former schoolmate says that high school experience likely helped shape who Harris is today.
That school at the time, there's a lot of Jamaicans and people from Barbados and people from India and Chinese. It's just like
a lot of immigrants.
Because of the multiculturalism and her able to speak with people from different backgrounds, I think that molded her very well for
a lot of immigrants.
For the position she's in now.
Right.
Kamala has been quite quiet about her Canadian experience.
And he says that likely won't change during the election.
Because it doesn't really get her much politically, or it doesn't really sort of enhance her kind of position or her sort of posture in American politics.
But he doesn't think her political rivals will use it against her either, since she was born in the U.S.
There is no popular hostility towards Canada in the United States that one could tap into.
I was raised to take action.
I didn't grow up seeing somebody that looked like me in the political eye and that high up in office. That
yeah, totally fake, right? Total fake. You see? A total bunch of fake bullshit. Made up bullshit. This woman spent most of her life, and she just happened to he impregnated her mulatto Jamaican slave owner father, black, right? Here's the black bullshit, who impregnated her Indian mother, who probably, they didn't want him messing around with her, in the U.S. and then she immediately wound up in Canada. She didn't grow up in the United States. You see? And then from Canada and the Indian community, in the immigrant Indian community, she winds up in, you know, back in India, around all of these racist Indians. They call Brahmins. They do not like black people. But then, for political purposes, they say, this woman is black. Look. Her father was a mulatto slave owner class in Jamaica plantations, right? From the Jamaican plantations. He comes from some mulattoes and white slave owners. They're like, come on, she's black like you. Come on, man. Right? Then they whitewash the fact that she lived in Canada all her life in an immigrant Indian community. And then they say, well, hey, we got another Obama on our hands. And what happened? The Negress and the Negro, they fall for it. And then she comes on talking about they not like us. No, bitch, you not like us. Cut it out. Knock that shit off. You're not like us. That's who not like us. Who's falling for this? Right? And then you get these Negro women in America, they can't wait to sell your ass out. These feminists, I'm independent, I'm a feminist. Don't tell me what to do. I know what's going on. Bitch, you don't know shit. You have no idea what's going on. If you ask them who's Kamala Harris, oh, she a black woman. She went to Howard. She this and that and the third. It's like, all right, you're a fucking airhead. You don't know anything. This woman ain't shit. She's AstroTurf. She's a fake and a phony, and every time she open her mouth, you can tell. She'll sell out anybody, and particularly a bunch of Negroes who she don't identify with in America. She sell your ass down the river. Honey girl, child. I mean, what the fuck is all that about? They not like us and all this, trying to use some slang from a rap record. And you can't see through that? Like, you're not offended by that kind of shit? I mean, it's really an offense. You should be offended. It's like somebody putting on blackface and eating fried chicken and watermelon. The fact that black people let them get away with this shit is why they don't have no respect for you. That's why because they know what's going on. The Indians, the Jamaicans, the Africans, the white people, they know what's going on. And they would never go for this shit. They'd be like, yeah, fuck that. We'll have a riot or something before we go for this shit. But the Negro, he signs up for it. He led by his woman, so they try to go get this woman and then try to get her to mislead your woman so she could mislead you and your children and turn you into a bunch of clowns and patsies, political patsies, so people like her and Obama can make tens of millions of dollars off a political hustle while 30 million black people languish at the bottom class in America. I'm done. If you don't get it, fuck it. I'm done. That's all I got.